We're sitting down in studio with Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett. Coach, you wrapped up your first draft. How did it go?
Oh, it was awesome. It was great to be a part of it and watch all those guys working there.
The best part has to be those phone calls. I mean, it's a dream come true for the guy on the other end of the line.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, a couple guys, you pick up the phone, you want to tell them, just congratulate them, and you just hear the screaming and the yells in the background of all the family members. And I mean, it just doesn't get much better than that. I mean, somebody getting their dream to come true, but now they got to come in and get ready to play some ball.
When you called Nick Bonitto, you mentioned the pre-draft visit that he had here. You said, hey, that was a fun interview, wasn't it?
It was.
What did you guys do? I mean, how do you try to get a sense of their personality?
Yeah, it's always a little difficult because you don't have a ton of time, but you try to do your best just to try to get to know the guy, kind of find out who he is, what he's all about. And, you could feel some good stuff about Nick. I mean, he's a guy that was super fired up. He wants to be great. And now we can hold him accountable for that because that's what he said he wanted to be.
You do some like rapid questions or like what?
Oh, there's all kinds of different ways we do it. Yeah,
okay,
no,
it's a
we've got
secret.
coaches that do things, learning things, telling us, kind of reteaching us things back, kind of see how they pick things up, and then just kind of finding out. I think the great thing about him was when he talked about how he played. To be able to talk with him and then go right back into the room and watch him play and see what he said come true was something that I really respected a lot. So we're excited to have him.
That's pretty cool. Those guys were both in the building today, Nick Benito and Greg Dulcich. What was it like getting a chance to interact with Dulcich a little bit?
Oh, it was great. I mean, he's got that great head of hair. I'll tell you that much. But no,
best hair in football, I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. I think he'd definitely be up there. But I mean, it was just great talking to him. He's such a great guy, and then you put the tape on and you see him be the kind of football player that he is, being able to stretch the field and be able to strain in the run game. I mean, we're excited to have him.
These players that George picks, they got to fit with what you want to do. How much interaction did you have, and how do these players fit your personality?
Oh, I mean, I think we do a great job collaborating. I mean, first and foremost, I mean, the scouts are amazing. I mean, just hearing them talk about it, they put so much work into it. They're so detailed, they're so precise, and being able to hear all their information, then kind of put that together with a lot of what the coaches say, and watching George kind of analyze the whole thing and bring it together and place him on the board and put him up there. I mean, going into it, I had no doubt we were going to get guys that were going to be great for our organization.
Dontrell Washington, is that one of those guys that's going to fit the mold with something you can get creative with a guy like that?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I think he's a dynamic returner, and I think that's something that we were definitely looking for, ability to do both kickoff returns and punt returns. And then you look at him and say, hey, let's see what he can do from a wide receiver standpoint. I think, any wide receiver that comes into this league, there's a learning process. The speed is much different. The people they're going against, and we've got a really good secondary, so he's going to be tested early. But again, it's about the learning, understanding what he can do and finding out what he does best, and then trying to put him in those good positions.
The day wrapped up with a couple of Wisconsin Badgers. I mean, is Russ on the phone with you saying, hey, we got to get some Wisconsin guys?
Hey, they've always had a really good defense. Jimmy Leonard's been there for years. I was lucky enough to be with him when I was at Buffalo while he was a player there. So he always, he coaches the guys up well. And those guys have their own tape that they've shown that has been really, really good. And we're happy to have them on the team, two good guys that are going to be good for our locker room and the field.
Speaking of Russ here, you were on the field earlier this week with him. Heard you mic'd up. You were pretty pumped up about getting to work with him after so much waiting time to be out there with him.
Yeah.
Was it what you expected?
Oh, it was. I mean, that's why we do this. We're coaches. We're not coaches so we can go into a meeting room and talk to them about X's and O's. We're coaches because we want to get on the field. We want to watch them play football. We want them to compete against each other. So, I mean, it was such an honor, a privilege to be out on that field with all those guys, Russ included. And I thought all the guys had a good week, and we've got a long ways to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are you on that learning curve?
Oh, it's very early. I think that, that's the first time they've gotten a lot of the information. And then it was our first time we ever got to even break the huddle. So I think for us, it's those baby steps, slowly working through it, going against a really good defense, a really good defensive scheme. And they're just going to have to keep on getting better.
We saw you in those huddles breaking them down. Have you already put your thumbprint on this team, doing things the way you want to do it, the energy, hearing about more competition, in meeting rooms, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think in the end it's just about me being me. I want it to be genuine. I don't want it to be any different than what I would be if I was an offensive coordinator, just talking to more guys. So I think it's just being me every day and letting those guys see that consistency and bringing the juice because, I love what I do. I'm lucky to be with all these guys.
And the last one for you here, Coach, is that what you do with the rookies when they come in? You say, hey, welcome to the NFL. This is how it's going to be.
Hey, it'll be a good first meeting for them because, hey, they made it and they did a lot of work to be able to get here and their dreams are come true. But, now it's time to work. Now it's time to work, understand the system, understand the speed, and it's not easy. This league isn't for everybody, so I'm excited for them to come in and compete just like everybody else.
We're looking forward to these guys coming in. Coach, are you a hair guy?
Well, I don't have much hair, so I really appreciate a good head of hair. You got a great head of hair, too.
Thank you. I was going to say,
no, it's very good. But Greg's, I'll tell you, we've got our tight end group, with Beck and Tomlinson. They're rocking it.
That's just some competition in the locker room.
No doubt. Yeah. Very true. A lot of guys.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.